good. That doesn't stay with us. Some RPGs would totally do that, which is not cool. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, just because you've stopped fighting isn't gonna make your paralysis or poison or the fact that you just fell asleep go away. But, you know, I mean, come on. Throw me a bone here. Use your magical ice powers, freeze you in a block of ice, and I guess that block of ice will break and shatter and point you to death with pointy, pointy ice. And this is much more straightforward in the fact that it just burns you. Luca! Tearing down foes with brutal efficiency. You're just a little nerdy pyro, aren't you? Little nerdy pyro. That sounds funny to me. Got a mid-ether? That's all well and good. Rather prefer some weapons or armor for, you know, people who aren't Luca. But, you know, just don't got them. Those are happy little pink balls. Why do they fight us? Why do you hate us, tiny pink balls? What is your beef? Anyway, combination. Just curious. Nope, okay. It's been so long, I didn't know if they, if the three of them learned their trio attack, which is basic. You know how, like, certain characters can, like, link up their attacks to do super attacks? Like the fire whirl and stuff. I'm sure you remember if you're watching these in a row or something. I'm sorry again for the, you know, late updates. Point is, if three characters work hard, you know, work together, fighting together long enough, they learn a triple attack where all three of them combine their powers, and it's really cool. Some of them are really neat, and Chrono, Marley, and Lucas is actually my favorite out of all of them. Spoilers! I'm probably going to be using Chrono, Marley, and Luca for the majority of this game. Unless the game makes me use another party member, I'm probably going to be using these three the most. I don't have anything against the other characters. They're all great. If you use them, that's perfectly cool. I mean, that's your strategy, and that's just how you roll. That's all well and good. But, I don't know, they're just, you know, Chrono, Marley, and Luca, the combination that they're of is actually just my favorite. They're my favorite characters in this game. I like all the characters, but, you know, they are my favorites. So I will be using them the more often than not. Anyway, do not miss. Now we must use the... No, not Antipoda. Okay, whoa, come on. We need the Fire Whirl. Okay, I can attack these two. Good enough. Go, Chrono, grow. I just told Chrono to grow. Okay. Crazy bats. I know this probably isn't the most interesting or riveting thing in the world, but I don't know. I like talking to you guys. I mean... You guys usually have some pretty interesting things to say, and I like to hear it if that's all right with you guys. I mean, I guess there's really nothing stopping you from, like, fast-forwarding through the video to getting to the, you know, story bits. I don't know, sometimes I just got some stuff I'd like to talk about, you know, things to that nature. Burn the bat! Burn the Batman, it's that simple. Seriously, Batman... Not that tough of an enemy, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? Just a lot of stuff. Anyway, Chrono bringing down the thunder. And that is not enough to defeat the enemy. But the arrow to the face mites, not even close. That only did 2 points of damage. How are cave bats so immune to physical damage? Please someone explain to me how on earth that even works. Whatever, it's dead now. Any leveling ups? Nope, no levels ups. That is a shame. But free thing? A magic scarf? Ooh, that sounds pretty. Let's see. What's a ribbon do? What does ribbon do? Magic scarf +2. Wow, I got a lot of stuff. A rage band. 50% counterattack rate. Well, that's pretty cool. What does the ribbon do? Strike +2. So it's basically strength or magic. Well, she uses magic more than she uses her arrows, so. Good enough for me! Running away now. Something I deeply appreciate about Chrono Trigger is the complete and total utter lack of random battles. Not a single one. I mean, I guess this kind of counts as a random encounter, but not really. I mean, it's all predetermined, so. Anyway, go, lightning launcher! 100 points of damage. Okay. I'm just saying, Chrono, obviously, not as good with magic as as Marley and Luca are. Whereas Chrono is much better with the physical... You know, with the slashings and the punchings and the kickings. That's not Luca and Marley's forte. They're better with the magic slinging. That's also why they have so much more magic than Chrono does. I like that. I like that the characters are different. It gives us a real sense of strategy, you know? I mean, I guess a lot of RPGs do that, but sometimes they don't. I don't know, it's just that little extra something or something. You know, it's just cool is all. Anyway, I don't remember this cave really being all that long. But I guess there's always a chance for me being completely wrong. Huh, alright. Roly-poly! Those don't look like roly-polies at all. Roly-poly's got like a whole bunch of legs and stuff. Fire Whirl! Oh, come on. Why can't I attack all of them? Why can't they get closer together? Oh, well. Marley, in the meantime... Yeah, Marley, you use your magical ice powers over there. I'm gonna get rid of those two roly-polies and then use your ice. I like that her hair shoots straight upward whenever she uses magic, like a wind tunnel effect. I like sprites. I mean, I like, you know, 3D models. They're good too. Don't get me wrong. They totally have their place. It's just, I don't know. And it's also weird because I like the way sprites look. I honestly kind of prefer them in some ways to 3D models, but you can't make sprites in games today. They look weird to me. I think it's the fact that nowadays you can make pretty much any game look like anything you want. But back in the, you know, the day of the SNES and the NES, they had very, very limited options when it came to, you know, the graphical capabilities they had. So they had to, like, really work at it. They had to do everything they could to make sure that everything they did looked like what they did. So I guess I just appreciate that more. I don't know, that's probably not the nicest way to phrase that, is it? It's not that new people aren't working hard on the sprite work. Of course they are. But it's the fact that they have the options available to them to make them look like whatever they want. Whereas back when, you know, Chrono Trigger was first made, they had a very set limit. I mean, this is pretty much the best you're going to be able to do, and pretty much doing anything else is just out of the question. So the fact that they took the limitations they had and created such expressive, you know, little sprites of, you know, the characters being happy and stuff, and their dancing movements and stuff like that, I have a deep appreciation for, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Hopefully that made sense and didn't sound condescending or rude to any of the people who work on sprites nowadays, because that was so not my intent. But if that is what I did, I deeply apologize. I did not mean to. More with the little squiddy dudes! Why so many squids? Why so many squids? That's a question I ask myself on a daily basis. Why so many squids? Video games? You got your bloopers, you got your squiddy things, you've got your squid... Octoroks, you've got, other stuff, I'm sure. I'm sure there's other stuff. Not off the top of my head can I remember many. I mean, this joke really doesn't have anywhere to go. I was just kind of spouting off nonsense, kind of like what I always do. Ah, well. You're probably used to it. Hey, we really should be getting close to the end of the cave. Or my name is not a Maxwell. Which, last I checked, it totally is. I don't know. I don't really see the point. I mean, it always gets abbreviated to Max. So why do I have a longer name? Why wasn't I just flatly named Max? Why did I have to why did that well have to be added on to the end of it? I never understood that. I mean, Maximilian, that is so not my name. I am not nearly fancy or rich enough to have a name that sounds like that. Anyway, Luca levels up. Good, good, good. Because I am spouting off nonsense like nobody's business. It's sealed with a mysterious energy. I wonder if that will mean anything in the future. Spoiler alert, yes it will. Now we're in the watery area. Weird. Okay, well, we just gotta navigate our way through. Ooh, save point! Which means bad things are about to happen. Yay! Alright, let's go through, and there's probably gonna be a monster of some horrifying description. Death to the Mystic's enemies! Oh my god, it's a really tubby dinosaur! That's a little terrifying, actually. Let's start things off right with the firework. It looks like it's doing a little dance. It's like, ooga chaka, ooga chaka. Look at it dance when I'm not attacking it. Hang on. Wow, only 3 points of damage. Okay, so look at the dance. I know it's trying to attack, but that is a large bubble. Why, Bubble Boy? See, look at him. He's dancing. That monster dragon dinosaur thingy, he is dancing his pants off. He does not want to be fighting us right now. He says death to the Mystic's enemies, but really, he always dreamed of being on Broadway. You know, as a tap dancer. He was born to dance. But, you know, due to being a horrifying monstrosity, no one gave him the time of day. No one wants to watch a horrifying monstrosity, you know, dance about. I want to see that, but I'm really weird. I'm just a weird dude. I mean, it's a shame that this man... I mean, he was born in the wrong time period. If he was born 1,000 years from now, when all of this racial prejudice thing just blows over, go ahead, try and attack. Okay, that's its way of saying, I'm going to totally, like, you know, hit you if you attack me, so that's like, you know, don't do it. He's gonna counterattack. And you don't want to counterattack, so I guess we'll just kind of hang around and do nothing in particular. Just kind of wait for him to stop doing that arm flexing motion, I guess. Brave counterattack break. Okay, good. And lightning! Ice! Fire! Ah, that's fun. I mean, you know how, actually, this goes back to what I was talking about earlier with ice and water being kind of iffy when it comes to being the same thing. I mean, technically, wouldn't fire and lightning be the same thing? I mean, when lightning hits a tree, it gets caught on fire, right? So I don't know, I mean, if fire and lightning can be separated, I think water and ice should be separated too. But if they can't be separated, then I think that if ice and water have to be considered the same thing, I think lightning and fire should be considered the same thing. But that's just me. How long is this guy just gonna chill out with us? I mean, I am throwing a lot of elemental powwows at you, and he is just not falling over. He is a tough dude. Kudos to the happy dancy monster man. I mean, occasionally he'll throw a cyclone at us, which sounds a lot worse than it really is. It's really more of just a spinny blue thing. I wonder what that would look like with next-gen graphics. I don't know. Graphics have never mattered anything to me. I mean, I've always been if I had to pick a side on the whole console wars, I'm pretty much firmly in the Nintendo camp. And Nintendo's never really cared much about graphics because they, you know... Oh my god, what is he doing? He is beating me up. Okay, that was a bad touch. That was bad touch. Wow. Wow. What the hell, dude? What was that about? What was that about? Okay, Aura Whirl, once again, from the top. Marley, you do it the best. Seriously, okay. Gotta have a healer on my group. I always, in RPGs, I like having a healer with me. It's just how I is. Except, actually, in the humorous... What am I trying to say? Humorously, in my favorite game ever, Legend of Dragoon, I actually don't carry a healer around in my team, which is a little weird, because in every other RPG I prefer to. Okay, now I'm starting to get kind of confused. This guy really should be dead by now, shouldn't he? This guy's just not falling over. Heckran. Alright, Heckran, I see your game. I see what you're trying to do. I see what you're trying to accomplish, but it will not work. It is a futile effort. Seriously, dude, just resist already. It's clear. Got 250 experience points. 10 tech points. Money. Chrono levels up. Marley and Luca didn't, though. If only the great Magnus, who brought forth Lavos 400 years ago, had destroyed the human race, the world would have belonged to us, mystics. Grrr! Oh, now he dies. Okay, he had to get his monologue out first. Weird. In the Middle Ages, Magnus created Lavos, the destroyer of the planet's future. If we go to the Middle Ages and take out Magnus, can we change history? We could use the gate at the fairgrounds. Oh, splendid idea, Luca, my friend! Let us escape this cavey thing. Jump in? Absolutely, why not? What could go wrong? I like how they do twirls whenever they jump in and... Whoa! Wow, that was one conveniently placed cyclone that managed to just toss us up onto this piece of land, even though that's totally not how cyclones or whirlpools even work in the least. Huh. Well, neat. But to the fairgrounds, my ladies!